let's go ahead and get started. And we have 5 different companies pitching this morning. We'll do just a brief review of who we are here at the Startup Club and talk a little bit about us, and then I'll let everyone introduce themselves. We'll hear from our 2 board members and move forward into the pitch decks. So welcome everyone. My name is Jen Mully. I'm your host, and we're meeting for the Fashion, Beauty, and Luxury Pitch Nights that we plan here at the Startup Club. While we wait for everyone to join, like I mentioned, just go ahead and put your contact details in the group chat and a short bio. It's a really good opportunity to meet with everybody and connect after the event. My co-host is Mathilde. She'll be sharing the schedule and links to the pitch decks. And from now, we'll just go into a short bio of the Startup Club and then get ready for our pitches. So the Startup Club is a one-stop shop for our global entrepreneurs. It's a really great way to assist startups, scale-ups, and growing companies in their fundraising and development and connect with other entrepreneurs around the world. And we host a series of international events. Like I said, I'm Jen. I'm your host. I'm here in Vancouver, Washington, Pacific time zone. And I work full-time in finance. I've worked in finance a while. I have a nice book of clients with a local financial firm I work for here in Washington. And I also host these events and have my own company too. We're a sustainable fashion brand, Broken Mirror. And I love meeting with you all and hearing your stories on your entrepreneurial journey. Today, like I mentioned, we have 5 different companies. We also have 2 great board members. So I'd like to just turn over our time to our board members. They can introduce themselves. And we have Samuel Alexander. And am I pronouncing this correctly? Maryna? I want to make sure I pronounce your name correctly. But we have 2 board members. Let's hear from you each and get to know a little bit more about you before we introduce our startups. Samuel, if you want to introduce yourself, I'd love that.
I said ladies first.
Ladies first. Well, that's kind of you. Yes. In that case, let's turn over to
Maryna, is it me? You mean me?
Yeah, yes.
Maryna. Yeah. So thank you and hello everyone. So my name is Maryna. I'm based out of Belgium and I also have a company in New York. So I've been working for the European government in communication for almost 20 years. And I've been in tech startups for 10 years. So I basically scaled my own startup to a seed stage, closing the 2nd funding round. And I work as a mentor and a board advisor to other startups. I'm also a member of Forbes Business Club and I write for Forbes. And that's it in a nutshell. I'm very passionate about innovation, technology, and everything to do with startups. Thank you.
Thank you. It was great to have you. And very inspirational and lovely, but like very incredible background. Great to have you with us. Alexander, I'll turn it over to you, Samuel.
Sure. Thank everyone for being here this morning. I'm excited about this. It was some exciting decks I've read. I'm Sam Alexander. Our company is C2C Fashion and Technology. We're based in Austin, Texas. I've been in the fashion and technology industry for over 40 years. I've worked with companies like Levi Strauss, Gloria Vanderbilt, Jones New York, Manhattan Industries. I've introduced and developed over 200 companies here in the US. And our focus right now for our company is smart factories, smart networks, smart products, building into the smart cities. We have a global ecosystem that we built, C2C Fashion and Technology, which connects the industry from the raw materials to the end of the life cycle of a product. Our goal is sustainability. And our co-hub, our C2C co-lab is based on building out new entrepreneurships in the industry.
Thank you so much for joining us and sharing that. It's great to have you. And I always love hearing from our board members. And now we'll turn it over to our 5 companies that we're going to have hosting today and pitching, and we'll give them all a chance. The format of the event will be, we'll turn it over to you. You'll work through your pitch deck, share that with us, and then we'll turn it over to our board members for questions. So with that, our first company that we'll be pitching today, we're going to be working with Catecut. They're a software plugin solution tailored for online fashion retailers to optimize operations, reduce waste, and elevate the brand in the eyes of your customers. Going to be presented by Heiðrún today. Again, on your pronunciation, I want to make sure I'm saying that right, but I'll turn it over to you. Please, good luck with your pitch, and it's all yours. Good luck.
Sorry, guys. Yes. Hi, thank you. I'm Heiðrún, CEO and founder of Catecut. And with me is Paula, our CMO. So yeah, I just start now. So we are offering styling solutions for fashion retailers to drastically reduce global returns and unlock best new wardrobes for shoppers. And you've probably seen this before. Studies show that up to 40% of online clothing purchases are returned. But what's the #1 reason for returned apparel? Yes, true fit. The annual processing cost of returns for retailers is 21 billion euros. And the true cost for retailers for managing returns is approximately 66% of garments purchase price. Returns also emit approximately 24 metric tons of CO2 and worth over 20% of all returns end up directly in waste incineration plants every year globally. Catecut offers a powerful solution that connects directly in the online retailer store platforms to greatly reduce returns by ensuring the best possible fit for each buyer. And how do we do this? We leverage AI to analyze and classify key features of clothing, such as length, cut, and sleeve detail. Our advanced AI models achieve over 95% accuracy across various product classifications. And each classification is based on a well-tested formula that identifies the garment attributes best suited for each shopper's body. This data is then compared to the user's physical features and measurements, such as height, shoulder width, and hip size, to provide personalized clothing recommendations. Our AI significantly accelerates the classification of new products and is enabling seamless scaling of our service. By using real data, our system helps retailers identify gaps in their product offerings, reduce returns, and match shopper body to the most suitable cuts, colors, and styling options. This then drives customer satisfaction and assists in building their optimal outfits and wardrobes. The fashion industry is fast-moving, yet most solutions only focus on utilizing existing data presets from e-commerce sites, such as sizes or consumer-centric tools like virtual fit. These approaches often overlook styling best practices that match products and consumers with their optimal garment cut and fit to best complement their specific unique body shapes. Our primary initial targets are online retailers with 500 SKUs and department stores with digital storefronts. And with adequate funding, the recruitment of a high-impact team and a strategic approach to seizing opportunities, our research indicates that Catecut's serviceable obtainable market could reach 2 billion euros. We have two primary revenue streams, base subscription and sales fees. The mid-size retailers will enable us to train our AI, as well as service retailer customers positioned for enterprise growth. Currently, we are working with 3 pilot customers to refine our B2B offering, to refine product market fit before launching. There are several solutions that are branded as stylish solutions, but in reality, they are focusing on virtual try-ons and elaborate sizing filters. Generic models display clothes on users to imitate standardized body shapes. As a result, these solutions face limitations in providing buyers with the best possible garment cut and fit, and they miss the opportunity to show buyers clothing that is likely to be the most flattering for their unique figure. We have a solution that's ready for deployment, and this year our focus has been on our pilot program, building our lead pipeline, and in the fall, onboarding new retailers. We are currently preparing to launch Catecut in the Nordics and further refine our product and our product market fit. And we are now collaborating with an experienced creative and marketing operations agency in Denmark. Our company has successfully raised 640,000 euros in grant funding, and we are now currently seeking to raise additional 200 to 500,000 euros to achieve market fit and reach our growth objectives. And we already have early commitments from investors. We are a team of experienced founders with a strong track record in both fashion and technology industries. My background includes managing a department from a quite different angle with an R&D at one of the world's largest orthopedic companies. Before I founded my first company in sustainable fashion that was sold in several stores and online clothing sustainable marketplaces. Anna is also another founder. So I am founder and Anna, and she is a fashion stylist with over 2 decades of experience. She ran her own successful stylist school and is also an interior designer and personal stylist and consultant. Our team is further strengthened by experienced developers and AI experts, guided by Dr. Kristinn Þórisson, who is the founder of the Icelandic Institute for Intelligent Machines. And he's an AI advisor and consultant for NASA and BT Group. Paula here with me has extensive executive and operational go-to-market experience at startup and scale-up companies in North America, Europe, and she also worked in VC. And together, our diverse skills and extensive experience position us to drive innovation and success in our endeavors to help apparel buyers look and feel their best, while greatly reducing apparel returns, CO2, and garment waste. Thank you.
Thank you, Catecut. That was wonderful. And now we'll hear from our board members and ask questions. Ladies first, Maryna.
Yes, thank you so much for this amazing pitch. I'm also actually in styling, so I have a platform. It's a marketplace for shopping tourism, and we use stylists to take travelers shopping in all the biggest shopping cities. And I just wanted to ask you, so how does your product actually works with this AI stylist? Do you upload your photos or you take live photos? So I wanted to know a bit more about the product. And then the second question is, what have you done with the funds you have raised? So I think you said 640,000. So what's your current traction? Like, how did you use the funds for now? And then the third question would be, what about the competition? So I know it's a highly competitive space, and I've been following this for like 15 years, and there have been others that have tried, to solve the try-ons and all of that. Like, how are you different? What do you bring to the table that's different from the competition, besides, of course, the AI element? But I would like to know more about like the more unique kind of angle. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Maryna. Good question. So first of all, we only need a photo that we get from the retailers. That's a photo of the item, of the garment. So we basically get the photos into our system, and the photos are analyzed. The AI is something that came later and was basically a necessity for in our case, to be able to scale. So first and foremost, the knowledge we are actually having is like you have, as you say, a marketplace with stylists. What we have is basically this knowledge that the stylists have built into our system. So for example, I'm just taking out some examples to explain this. There are certain features of clothing that fit certain attributes of the body better than other. So what we do, and this makes, you know, in this case, like we tag the product, or we'll give the product a classification. Behind this classification is a formula that says, oh, this neckline is suited for this type of body, for example. For the funds that we have received, how we used it, mainly for development. So basically the grants we have received are for development, and one of that was to actually integrate AI into the system to be able to easily scale. And that's what we are doing today, is to be able to scale the product to work with more numerous retailers.
Well, some of the grant funding that we've recently received is specific to the go-to-market.
Yeah.
So it's getting kind of the ducks in a row and placed. So it enabled us to engage the agency in Denmark.
Yeah.
And fund you know, the initial go-to-market.
Absolutely, yeah, and that's what we are working on right now.
Yeah.
The differentiation and why we are different, and I mean, many companies are have been trying to reach that point where they are actually able to match the product with the customer. Usually they ask you for your preferences, like what do you like and things like that, because it's very hard to actually find what is going to match with your body. But that's what you do as a personal stylist, right? You are actually working with your client in person, finding out what is going to suit them. So how we built our system is in a way that we actually have the stylist there that is, creating the formula to, that we have in the system behind. And that's our differentiation, because if you are, for example, have a virtual try-on, you have a virtual try-on for everything. In our case, we would, give you the recommended items that fit you, and then you can actually try that. If that's the steps that would, be more optimal to actually showcase that this is going to work out for you. So first and foremost, we are, recommending the items, the cut of the clothing that are actually suiting you.
And there's mechanisms for which, like the shopper, as they're on the site, they can select to use this stylist feature, and they put a certain amount of information in about like narrow shoulders, broad shoulders, the way that their figure is, and that instead of matching the clothes to like wrap around the person, as like most of these services have done so far, we're taking the attributes we've collected around the clothing and then the attributes around the person, and surfacing search results from the retailer's apparel inventory that are most likely to best fit that person. So it's taking all of the stylist mindshare that we have from the founding team and putting those best practices on cut, color, styling, and fit together. So it's working at it from a completely different, from the other side.
Absolutely.
I think that's all the questions. Because you asked a lot of questions. Did we get them all?
Did we cover it?
It's so interesting. Okay, well, thank you. I really appreciate it. And now we'll turn the time over to Samuel.
Just a little bit of my background. We are already working in made-to-measure clothing, and we have factories that are developing made-to-measure. One of the hardest things that you're doing is trying to predict what a grading is on a product and then comparing it to the body of a customer. And in every company that you work with, no matter what, there's a different grading process for each one of those garments. And by country, there's even more difference in the gradings based on the figures of the people in the different countries. So there's a huge problem there as far as predicting with analytics what's going to fit and what's not, unless you have the actual grading where you can compare the actual physical body to the actual garments. So what are you doing in that process of comparing it to the grading?
Yeah, I think now we are coming into more or less of like the sizes, right, Samuel?
Correct.
Yes. Okay, so first and foremost, we are thinking about cut. So you have a V neckline, and then we look into for what kind of body, does V neckline fit to. You have padded shoulders. What kind of body fits padded shoulders? But then when it comes to, sizes, we give recommendation of sizes by working closely with each and every retailer, because each and every retailer has their own different kind of measurements.
Yeah, so through API, I think is what you're asking.
Yeah.
Yes.
The-
So basically, you're doing just the stylist part of it. You're not actually doing the fit. You're just suggesting the fit. The other question that I have is your algorithms that you're using for your stylist part. Are you using the machine learning on the back end once somebody decides on what they're going to buy, what they like or dislike, and then redefining those products again in the presentation?
So I think what he's asking is, as we get to know that customer and that customer comes back and we've got all of the attributes, does the machine learning and AI on the back end connect those dots?
Yeah. Okay, so for example, and so in the back end, we're using, of course, machine learning to, analyze the photo, and then we give recommendation. You don't need to, like all the recommended items. It's the same as you go to a fashion stylist. Fashion stylist finds something that, is a good cut for you and good fit for you, but you don't like it all. So what we do is then we learn from what do you like from the recommendations we give. And that's what you were mentioning. That's how we use the machine learning in the front end.
But one thing that we should put out and maybe clarify is that, like, the way that Catecut is working with the online retailers is connecting all of that information through APIs. So it's the data input about the actual garment itself, or each individual garment, is coming directly from that retailer.
Yeah. Exactly. Mm-hmm.
So you've already developed software for that API to be able to compare the grading to the actual fit of the customer?
Yes. So we have a formula for that. Yes, that we use for each and every retailer, and they have a different formula, so we can actually find what is going to fit the customer the best, what sizes are best suited for each and every retailer, based on the retailer has the same measurements.
You cannot get that information from the retailer. You have to get it from the manufacturer.
Yeah, or the manufacturer. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly. So usually the retailer is using measurements from the manufacturer that they give on the site when you go and shop online and you go for a retailer, and they have this measurements table that they're using to find the right size for you.
And your data security is, once you've collected the data on the customer, how secure is their data within your systems?
So that data is actually kept within the retailer, so we are not keeping the data.
Okay.
Yeah, so we work on the platform that the retailer is using. So if they're using Shopify, if they're using Squarespace, if they're using their own custom software, it works with them. So we don't follow them through to payment. We don't follow them through to the personal information. Like, we don't retain that. That's something the retailer retains.
Yes.
Is it a charge for the API integration, or is it already automatic?
That's automatic.
Okay.
Yes.
That's all here, what I have. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Samuel. And good luck to you both. That was wonderful and so interesting. Yeah, congratulations and good luck with your funding.
Thank you.
And now you're very welcome. And now we'll hear from our next company. like I said, we have 5. Next up, we have ModaMatch, and they're going to be presented by James Bloomfield. James, if you want to, I'll turn the time over to you. If you want to start your pitch. Good luck.
Hi, good day. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I have an air conditioner on. I hope there's not some painful whine in the background. Okay.
Can't hear anything, James.
Perfect. So let me just share my screen. Okay. So good day. My name is James Bloomfield, and I am the co-founder and CEO of the generative AI apparel technology company ModaMatch. It's great to have the opportunity to speak here today. A quick thank you to the panelists, to the moderators, and all the attendees listening. A lot of information is going to be shared today, so I'll try to take us through the presentation quickly and simply. And if there's any additional questions, I encourage you to reach out to me. I'm always happy to chat. ModaMatch was founded, let me see. There we go. ModaMatch was founded with the goal of bringing generative AI technology to the apparel industry. We host a range of solutions within our suite of services with an emphasis on digital modeling and photography. Photography is a cornerstone of the apparel industry and is used throughout the space by retailers, brands, manufacturers, designers, wholesalers, and resellers to produce millions of images per year for a variety of uses. These include imagery for marketing, e-commerce, social media content creation, lookbooks, catalogs, and pack shots. Traditional photo shoots are deeply problematic. They are expensive, they're labor intensive, time consuming with limited model availability, and highly restrictive image usage rights, not to mention a significant environmental cost. Even so, demand for imagery is growing tremendously quickly, with a current apparel photography market being valued at over $5 billion. ModaMatch has created solutions to address the problems plaguing the photography space with our suite of generative AI image solutions. Our premium enterprise solutions, which are already in market, include our digital modeling solution for creating customizable imagery from the ground up and our model swap solution. Our digital modeling solution, with our digital modeling solution, apparel companies can take a short 10-second video of an item on a person or on a mannequin just using their cell phone, upload it to our site, and use our AI to show that item on a huge range of photorealistic models without the need for a photo shoot. This solution is fast, it's cost-effective with a huge range of customization, while also providing unlimited image usage rights, which is a huge value to our customers. And here are some examples of our solution output, the initial input imagery here and the output on the right. Another example of the coat, so for studio and lifestyle imagery. And here is an example of us working off of 3D digital assets. This solution is now available on our newly launched standalone customer portal, allowing our customers to use this service with 0 human touch points on the side of our team, which is critical to our ability to scale. Our model swap solution is more straightforward and allows us to take pre-existing model imagery and swap out a traditional model for one of our photorealistic AI models, allowing imagery to stay fresh and dynamic while opening up usage rights. Our solutions represent a better way to produce images across the board and are capable of producing high quality imagery for every need with no limitations on age, gender, ethnicity, posing, or backgrounds. Unlike traditional photo shoots, our images are created in a very cost-effective way, very convenient, very user-friendly, easy to update with a full range of fully customizable model and unlimited usage rights as well as the ability to reduce waste associated with photo shoots. Our competitive advantage is based on our innovative and unique data set comprising of tens of thousands of model images, which we created in-house, as well as generative AI machine learning algorithms developed by our team to process and produce images that are photorealistic and highly faithful to the items in real life terms in both fit and aesthetic. While our space is crowded, we are significantly differentiated principally through our unique and proprietary data set, our scalable and automated customer interaction platform, our consistent image quality, and emphasis on enterprise level clients. We are currently in a very exciting stage of our growth right now and are raising a seed round of 1.5 million on a 10 million valuation with the goal of finalizing commercialization of our solutions, such as increased functionality and hyper accelerate our growth. As mentioned, our solutions are in market and are being actively utilized and paid for by numerous clients based on a B2B SaaS model. We also have a very robust pipeline, which we view as the best validation for our technology. We are very fortunate to have a strong management team. I was previously C-suite at successful fashion startup Exit. Our Chief Technology Officer, Tal, is a serial tech entrepreneur with multiple successful exits and authored multiple technology patents. Our COO is a longtime veteran of the fashion space. Our new Chief Strategy Officer is a Harvard MBA and fellow at both the Kaufman and Aspen Institutes. And Dr. Charlie, our resident PhD and AI expert, who leads our research and development. We are also very fortunate to have a strong advisory board, which includes Hershey Siegel, formerly the president and founder of Le Chateau, which at one point was the largest apparel company in Canada. Ariella Schachter, who is a veteran of Google with over a decade of experience in marketing. And Michel Lozok, who is a general partner in the Canada-based venture VC company Framework and a longtime startup investor and coach. This was a quick pitch, so a lot was left unsaid, but I look forward to connecting and following up with anybody interested in learning more. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, James. Great job. And now we'll hear from the board. Maryna, I'm still gonna let you go first. Go right ahead.
Thank you so much, James. I think this is wonderful. I love this. There's an AI app that I use daily. It's called My Mood AI. And basically I use my photos and then I can select outfits and I'm dressed in those outfits and I post that online on social media and some friends have been complaining. So I think you're onto something. I love this, that basically you can take an outfit and then, post it on an AI model. I just wanted to know, who are your ideal customers? Who will you sell your product to? And then the second question is, what are your current biggest pain points in scaling your business? And how are you going to scale in comparison to your competition? But I love the product. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. And thank you for your questions. As far as our ideal customers, it's actually a little bit of a double-edged sword for us, considering the capability and sophistication of our technology really puts us in a position to add a lot of value to companies throughout the space. Saying that, our initial target market is brands and retailers with a focus on companies where photo shoots are traditionally very expensive, such as intimate wear or swimwear, places where photo shoots are traditionally very problematic. So children's wear is where there's the most problems, and fast fashion companies for which they just require a tremendous amount of imagery. Saying that, again, we have a number of clients in our pipeline and they occupy numerous different positions within the space. As far as scalability, this is an area that has been a main focus of ours for the better part of the last year, focusing on the scalability of our product. This has recently been achieved through a tremendous amount of time and effort with the creation of our new standalone portal, where our customers can use it with 0 human touch points on the side of my team, right? So eliminating any potential bottlenecks on that end. And this portal is highly scalable and is fully automated, and we are raring to go with it. Right now, it is currently in a beta MVP being utilized and piloted by 3 of our largest enterprise clients. So right now, we are just finalizing some of the additional features that have been requested by these clients before we bring it to the public market.
Okay. Yeah, nice. I mean, good luck. And yeah, and what are the biggest pain points then? What do you think currently? What are the biggest obstacles?
For us, it's really a division, trying to figure out in terms of the feedback that we receive, the difference between wants and needs. Everybody wants everything, but determining what is actually critical and what needs to happen for this to be the kind of solutions that you would use every single day, have open on your desktop as you move through your workday. That has been a major focus of ours, and also essentially proving ourselves. As I'm sure everyone here is aware, people have been trying to get new AI solutions into the fashion apparel space for quite some time, and not always very successfully. And so overcoming some of that initial skepticism has proven to be a pain point and has required a lot of dedicated work.
And how do you think you could convince these brands to onboard you? You think it's also linked with your pricing and revenue model? Is it a subscription model, or how do you think you could kind of entice the brands to try your product?
It's a great question. We're a B2B SaaS model, and basically we have been offering to do a couple of images of free demo work, and our conversion rate is extraordinarily high in terms of having people want to test with us. We have a conversion rate that hovers between 80 and 90%. So it's, you know, we're doing quite well in that respect. If someone's talking, I can't hear anything.
Yeah, no, it's fine. No, I was just saying it's fine. Yeah, I mean, I think you could really like consider the strategy of you know, maybe offer just a free product to all the brands, and then once they adopt it, think about the pricing, or you know, maybe just think about how you can kind of entice the brands to try this product. But I think there's something there, and I think you're onto something. I love it.
Well, thank you very much, and I would love an opportunity to connect with you after this and maybe take you through some additional examples, show you our portal, and I'd like to think that you'll be impressed.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you for your questions.
Thank you both. Love that. And now we'll hear from Samuel.
Yeah, James, I like what you're doing, and I think there's a very huge need for it in our industry. My question is, there's a lot of guys out there that are working in that same field that you're in now. What is your advantage as far as what you're doing, and how do you move it forward to the next level?
Thank you, Samuel. Great question. Our proprietary data set that we created in-house is a huge differentiator, first and foremost. You know, we don't scrape any copyright imagery. We don't use any public repositories or libraries. And that was at considerable cost in terms of time, effort, and funds to create this data set that is comprised of tens of thousands of model images that we signed for their likeness rights to utilize in perpetuity. So not only are all of the images that we produce unique to us, but with all the new legal and legislation issues that are being discussed right now, we are very, very defensible against any potential legislation, because again, everything is owned and created in-house. Our technical team, I'm sure everybody likes to say this, but our technical team is extraordinarily proficient. My CTO has multiple exits and multiple patents that he has written and has been working in AI for over 2 decades. And also our ability to produce imagery that is consistently of a very high quality, that the items themselves are very faithful to the items in real life, I think are all key differentiators for us, as well as our emphasis on enterprise level clients.
Are you working right now with any of the manufacturers in the design area that they can utilize your photography with once they design their products?
We're in conversations with a number of manufacturers currently. That's something that we are exploring very deeply right now, and it's very exciting hearing what their responses have been.
And your software, it will integrate API into an ERP?
Yes.
You already have that set up already? Okay. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you. Appreciate your time.
Thank you both. That was really interesting too. And great presentation, James. Good luck. Now we will hear from Label D. They're our next company, everyone. And Label D, so they're an exclusive technology partner for luxury brands. Their mission is to revolutionize the customer experience by utilizing blockchain to track each product's journey and to elevate, secure, and personalize ownership. Today we have 2 presenters from the company as well. We're going to hear from Nicolas and Julia, and I'll turn the time over to you if you would like to share your pitch decks with us.
Thank you, Jen, for the introduction. So I will be presenting tonight with Julia being present as well. Can you see what I'm sharing?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, fantastic, thank you. So my name is Nicolas Vendramin, and I am one of the co-founders at Label and the COO. And tonight, I'm looking forward to taking you through our innovative technology dedicated to the luxury fashion sector. Sorry. We have been talking to more than 100 companies over the last couple of years, And we have identified together with them these three main areas of concern. So the first one is transparency, with consumers and regulators asking for more visibility on what they do and where the products are made. The second area is authenticity. With the gray market ever expanding, it's becoming more and more difficult to distinguish real from fakes. And the third area is how they can actually engage with their customers over time. And this is also confirmed by a recent study from BCG. When we look at the customers and not at the brands, customers as well are not satisfied with the experience that they're having at the moment, the engagement that the brands offer, and also the kind of service level that the brands offer to them. And this is why, together with Julia and Prashant, we summed up our experience into the fashion and technology industry, and supported by a team of outstanding advisors and veterans in the industry, we started Label. And here we are, offering brands an all-in-one solution, which allows them to create a stronger and more authentic bond with their customers and their stakeholders. And we've got these three main verticals to support them. So the first one is about data management. And we basically help companies standardize and help them visualize their product data to the consumers. Then we also get involved with digital twins, linking the physical products with digital representation of those products, digital tokens, to verify ownership and authenticity for them. And we also create service suites in the form of mobile apps, typically, where we help brands engage more effectively with their customers. We went to market at the beginning of this year, and we already have 38 brands in the pipeline at different stages, and they range from medium, large companies to enterprises with revenues in the billions. We are happy to announce that we already signed a collaboration with Korean Paxton, Richard James, and their company here in the UK, and we are bringing the other brands through the pipeline. Well, it's a crowded market, as you can see in the chart, and we often get compared to the brands within the pyramid. But the way we excel and we do things differently from them is how we leverage data and how we use services to help brands engage with their customers. It's a young and upcoming market, but when we focus on the growth, various researchers estimate the CAGR in the next years between 27% and 31%, which is huge. And also worth noticing that by 2030, over 65 billion products will have to be globally digitized because of the upcoming regulations, particularly from the European Union. And this is in the fashion sector alone. The way we operate is, from a revenue stream perspective, is fairly simple. We have two revenue streams. One is comprised of one-off integration fees, and they depend on the size of the business that we are talking to and the amount of services that they want to integrate. And then we move on to monthly recurring fees, which is basically licensing out our software and support them. For the second part of this year, we'll keep being focused on integrating with the clients that we have, and also running some pilots with some major brands. Next year, as we stabilize the product more and more, we will keep being focused on the verticals where we are active now, which are fashion in general, but like eyewear, watches, and furniture also. And only in 2026, we're going to reach out to other sectors. But obviously, we can't do this alone. And this is where we need your support. We are looking for £500,000, and we already have commitment for 200,000. The proceedings will be used mainly the technology area of the business, obviously supporting the team and growing the team to go ahead with these integrations and supporting our clients, the growing number of clients. We are also going to invest into sales and marketing to accelerate our penetration of the market, which is really important. And then also, in general, supporting the rest of the team and operations of the business. And thank you. So as I said from the beginning, also, Jen, I'm not here alone. So Julia is also here. She's the CEO and also co-founder. And we would be happy to answer all your questions.
Thank you, Nicolas. That was wonderful. And we'll turn it over to Maryna first. Go right ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Nicolas. Thank you so much for this. I really agreed with the beginning of your pitch, which is you mentioned that, you know, customers want a better shopping experience. And I think we are entering this new, you know, experiential economy where everything is about the experience. But going back to your pitch, I felt like there were 3 different business models. I mean, there was one with the data analysis, and then the other one was about tokens. I don't know. I'm not sure if the brands you've onboarded, are they also, in which business model did you onboard them in? I would like to know that. And I think maybe it would be better to just focus on one product, like one business model. Are you focusing on the tokens? I also think tokens for fashion brands are the future. Or is it the data analysis? And then maybe it would be nice to see how does the product actually works. I struggle to understand what exactly you do, like how does your product work? And the fashion brands, the big ones that you've onboarded, like what did they buy from you? And how do you make money? Did they buy a software? I would like to know more about that. And maybe to end, I would like to give like a generic comment to all of the startups pitching after 10 years in business. What I've discovered, and I would really like to recommend this book to you. There's a book called The Blue Ocean Strategy. And it's about basically how there's the red ocean in business and the blue ocean. The red ocean is full of blood because there's a lot of sharks, you know, that are swimming there, biting each other. It's full of competition. And if you want to be a successful startup, you need to enter the blue ocean, which means you should read the book because there's different techniques described in it. And I feel like the 3 pitches I've heard, they're all in a very competitive space. So I think for you, it will really be important for all 3 startups to find that unique angle where you are different. For example, what I did with my company is I connected fashion and tourism. We do shopping tourism, which was a very unique angle. And we mostly sell to travel companies, you know, B2B. And that was like the blue ocean we found. And so I would just say, you know, I would urge all startups to kind of really think about the competitive edge and how different will you be? Will it be the partners? Will it be just one niche you pick? Because that will really determine, because even if you raise funding, it will be very hard to scale when it's a very competitive space and when these other big brands have a lot more money than you. You're just going against the giants. And I would say you can really scale much better if you're unique. This is one thing that, if it's one thing that I've like learned in 10 years of entrepreneurship, is you need to be unique. And that would be just my advice. And then, yes, Nicolas, thank you. Please answer my questions.
Thank you, Maryna. I mean, let's say I listed the questions. So all the questions are amazing. And the last one, I think it's something that we want to answer. But let's go in order. Julia, if you don't mind, maybe you take the first question while I get ready to show the product. I'll try to show it very quickly.
Yeah. No, I think thank you so much for the questions. And I don't know if you can see me. I can't see anyone right now, so I haven't managed to have you on the side on my screen. So please interrupt me if you want to hear more, you want to stop me. But so in regards to the first question, and I think comment absolutely taken. We are not running 3 business models, so it's one business model, and our focus is really about building experiences connected to, mobile apps. Now, when we say mobile apps, it's really an empowered blockchain interface. So in the background, there's like a blockchain wallet, which allows us to touch on the different points Nicolas explained. So really these 3 verticals. What does that mean? So I don't know if you know about the digital product passport regulations. That is requiring companies, and this is really happening on company and organization level, to connect their physical products with like an IoT technology and also, let's say, a set of data. Now, that set of data is very much transparency data collected by people you saw in our pyramid, which are like around product traceability, and it's not necessarily in the shape or form customers want to see that data. Now, what we are doing is like simply like standardizing that data set to take that into our consumer journey. We connect with the IoT technology on the product through blockchain. And from there, everything gets really unified in our blockchain-powered mobile interface, okay, which can then be fully integrated into the backend of the organization if they already have mobile apps, or if it's not existing, they don't have mobile apps, we would also build that app with the included functionality for the company. So that is very much what, let's say, the organizations or like the companies you saw in our pipeline have built. That then on the back end, on, let's say, the service side, is opening up an entire new customer experience level, because now you can scan your product, you can interact with the purchases you have been doing out of, let's say, the mobile app or like the application from the brand. Now there's information around repairs, potentially you could resell. It depends on the strategy of the brand. If they allow that to be added to the interface, you can offer, let's say, loyalty services and so on. So it really becomes an interface for customer engagement, retention, and to drive, let's say, new engagement with the consumer. So that is like the interfaces we are building. And yeah, so that was, I think, question number one.
Move on with the product.
Yeah.
I'll try to be as fast as I can also for the other startups pitching. But so what I'm going to show here, it's basically, let's say, the vertical number 2 and number 3. The vertical number 1 is about data collection, as Julia was saying. So I'm a customer, I'm just buying from a website, in this case it's Louis Vuitton. What happens differently to the current experience now is that I receive code, which I then insert into this app that we created. Imagine we are into white label apps. So whatever you see labeled, just imagine to see the logo of the brand. So what we do at this point, we're basically matching a client with a blockchain token and with the product. So the customer goes on and on buying products, but if we go back to this bag, this is like the kind of second vertical. Once we've done the tokenization is a means to an end to offer services, as you can see here. So some of them are informational. So, and this is kind of like the first vertical again. So like in the ownership passport section, we show, for example, this bag at the serial number. We show where the token sits on the blockchain and who authorized the minting and who redeemed it. In the second section here, we show all the data, which comes again from vertical number 1 about like material used and consumption. And then together with the brand, we select the services that the brands want to offer to their consumers. And they can vary between brands and between kind of like sectors within the fashion and luxury space. So I won't go, I don't know, let's say if a customer wants to insure the brand, can do so. Sorry, the product. If the customer needs to repair it, can do it through third-party suppliers or with the brand itself, and so on and so forth. I will stop here. So this is just an example of the services that together with the brand we can offer.
Are these also actually NFTs?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I really think NFTs are the future. So I really think you're even maybe ahead of your time. I love that. And I think, but I would maybe urge you to focus on one vertical and do that really well. I love this kind of digital passports, NFTs. I actually think that in the future, and now actually with this product demo, it was much clearer. I think that in the future, all design products will have their own NFT version. So maybe you can, if you focus on that, I think you'll do well, but maybe you just need to think about the adoption, because if these like NFTs even exist yet, or will you wait for them, or will you help the brands create them, or do you help the brand create the product?
So we do all of this, like we do all, like a digital product passport, the NFT is not necessarily the digital product passport. So there's quite a lot of work going into this. And actually why we are offering those 3 verticals, it's a request from brands. What brands, I know that, let's say, most of the time you're like, okay, go for one very specific vertical. It's just the authenticity. It's just token creation. But as a company, especially in the enterprise space, you don't want to work with 15 different companies to set up one digital product passport, right? So you want to make sure that you get as much from one client or like from one company you trust. So here we are opening different verticals because of that. And the verticals we have been opening are also very much complementary to the organizations you have seen in our pyramid. So for example, when we speak about Temera, which is a big player in the space, could be very much one of our collaborators because they are selling IoT technology and traceability. So that is the foundation of what we do to then take the customer journey. So really one of it's requested also by brands, those 3 verticals and not just one. But yes, so we are creating NFTs for brands.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I mean, I would still say stay focused, but yeah, it's nice. I think you're onto something and it's the future for sure.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you both. It was great, and it was so great to hear from you, Maryna, too, and very wise words. I'm going to have to get that book, The Blue Ocean Strategy.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, I'm going to buy it on Amazon right after this. But yeah, now we'll hear Samuel, if you're...
Yeah, fine. Maryna,
Yep.
it's interesting that you hit the blue ocean, because that's where we're all focusing as a group right now, is that blue ocean. And I'm glad you shared that with everyone, because that book has been very vital to all the people that I'm surrounded with. It takes us to the next.
Yeah,
the thing that I want to ask you, go ahead, I'm sorry.
One of my favorite business books ever.
Yeah, the thing I want to ask you, Nicolas, is you guys are jumping into Web3 technology. And what is your software or your applications that you're using to take you there?
Sorry, say that.
What's your stack that you're using? What is your stack that you're using to get you to the Web3 technology, verifying them on the blockchain?
Yes.
Okay.
So we have, I mean, this would be probably more of a question for our CTO, who is not joining, let's say, Prashant, but let's say, what is the technology stack? So we are minting NFT tokens upfront. So what we are doing is like that we are minting the token and connecting the token to the physical product before they actually get sold. So that is happening on, let's say, the level of warehouse before they then get into rotation. So that means the company or the brand in that moment would own the NFTs, and we are using custodial wallets and non-custodial wallets as a tech stack to save those tokens. So it's a mix of blockchains. We are blockchain agnostic. That also means that we can work with blockchain systems which the brands potentially already have within their environment. Here I'm mainly speaking about, let's say, the LVMH group, who is quite far ahead with that. But we can also we also do use our own network, which is based on Polygon and Ethereum. So that's kind of, let's say, the 2 networks we are supporting. And then we are connecting, as Nicolas was saying, we are connecting the blockchain tokens with the either, let's say, digital carriers. So it can be anything from like the NFCs to serial numbers which are on the product, but there needs to be a unique identifier to then open up specific services. So we cannot speak, for example, about authenticity if the product is not verified or doesn't have like an actual carrier.
You know, that most of the products that are being duplicated by the employees of the people that are actually making the real products right now. So all the things that you're talking about can be duplicated. The question is, are you using any type of RFID chip that you're incorporating into the product to be able to verify?
That's what exactly.
No, correct.
Yes.
So as
yeah.
Sam, as Julia was saying, obviously we cannot enforce the digital carriers technology to a brand, but obviously we make our recommendation. And from that perspective, it goes from QR codes where you cannot guarantee authenticity to proper NFC chips or dual RFID chips, where actually with the right level of encryption, you can guarantee authenticity. And also, given the fact that NFTs are, non-fungible for definition.
So that's my question. Shouldn't you be working with the manufacturers versus the producers?
Correct. So we are not into manufacturing, but we have very strong bonds to certain market leaders. Julia was mentioning Temera before, but we use with RPAC. We work with RPAC from the US, just to name a few. So we collaborate with them now.
What you're looking at is one of the things that I run into every day with every company that I work with is they're trying to fix the existing industry, and the existing industry really is not going to be able to be fixed. You have to start at the factory level and come to the consumer now, because that's where you're going to find to be able to get the complete ecosystem built into the product. And it's very difficult. One of the problems I've had in being into the technology industry, working with the fashion industry, is the adaptability is very hard because they have so many systems that are archaic systems that they don't want to abandon, and they paid a lot of money for a lot of the software that they've developed, and then they also have to retrain their employees on that software. Right now, we basically try to bypass a lot of that and go straight to focusing on nanobiotech products. So we're looking at the blue ocean of where that industry right now is a $150 billion industry going forward by the year 2028. With the existing industries that are willing to change, we start at the factory level with them, and then we build the RFID chips into the product at the factory level. So that's going to have to be taken from there. It's going to be hard for you to duplicate and keep up with those codes and numbers inside the bags, because those can easily be duplicated.
We totally agree with you on this one, Sam. And as a matter of fact, you might know we are based in London, but we are in Milan this week because there is Milano Unica, talking to the very manufacturers that you're mentioning. Because we completely agree with you on that.
We built an ERP system that you and I should talk about, because you guys are already on the back end that we can do an API in, because we have that system built out that the RFID chips are actually built into the product at the factory level.
So exactly, I just wanted to say that, and amazing, Samuel, that you bring this up, because this is, let's say, the kind of collaborations we're also looking for, and we have been, discussing, for example, with the two chip producers who very much already work on factory level as well with producers. So that is the kind of, let's say, collaboration which makes sense for our product to take it from there to really.
The other thing that we're doing right now is made-to-measure clothing, and that your technology.
That's also interesting.
Made-to-measure clothing, because as we go into made-to-measure clothing, then you can also go into the NFTs on the made-to-measure and do a duplicate product as a digital product. So there's a lot of opportunity if you look at it from the blue ocean part that Maryna was talking about a minute ago. I can't fix the existing industry. They are artists and they're not going to change. So we have to support them as much as we can. But there's a whole new industry that's evolving right now. And you're not going to be able to drag. If you're a blacksmith, you're going to keep looking for the horses to come in, and they're not there. So right now we're moving into a blue ocean, and it's huge. I mean, you can't imagine how many billions of dollars. Just by the year 2028, the smart products industry is a $150 billion industry. And everybody's looking at decentralized collaboration, because there's none of us that can build one product that's going to actually help be able to handle all the different areas as we go into this Web3 technology. My other question is on your Web3 processing. What are you using for your speed for processing of your data into the blockchain?
I think on that one, I have to be honest, I'm not confident in answering without Prashant. Okay, yeah. So I would be, let's say, maybe we can set up another call.
Yeah, sure. There's a lot of things that we're already built out, and as far as like we're working in AR, VR, MR, XR, 3D, and we're also doing HoloLens technology already, interactive HoloLens. So there's a lot of things that we're working on, and then we're in AR, VR. We've been working with artificial intelligence and machine learning for the last 10 years. And we've got products developed that we can't even use because we can't get the retailers to use it or even want to use it. So we're moving right now to the blue ocean, as Maryna said, and there's a huge business out there now if you're looking at the changes that we're going through. Also, with the new laws that are coming into effect, there's going to be a whole lot of guidelines that you're going to have to abide to going forward. And we're using artificial intelligence as you design the products to give you those guidelines and be able to also create the tokenization that you're talking about. And then we're working with carbon credits on the back end.
Nice. That is a nice one. Yeah. We are not doing that. Yeah. But that is a really nice one. Yeah.
And we work with the Department of Agriculture on the carbon credits. So we work with farmers, ranchers, and the forestry to create the carbon credits right now.
Yeah.
And that's
super
by the year
interesting.
2030, you have to be carbon neutral. And all these companies don't realize they're going to have to buy carbon credits to become carbon neutral. And we're 8% of the carbon waste of the world, our industry is.
No, I mean, it's incredible. We had today, for example, a super interesting conversation with, I don't know if you know Surpass 2, like the, governmental part, or let's say the working group of the European Union for the digital product passport. And I mean, we are far away, like you're saying, we are far away from, let's say, having, a set of standards and guidelines, but it's going to be interesting. Yeah.
I'm on the advisory committee for IPC. We've already developed the global requirements for all the smart products. And we're about to incorporate that into artificial intelligence. So as you design, all those requirements are there for you. So you'll know what you have to design into that product. So we're using artificial intelligence to be able to design the requirements into the products that you need. We're also using it to verify that the products are authentic. And that's what I thought that you guys were doing with the products that you were doing, because that's a huge problem for the industry, luxury industry, is the duplication of their products. And right now, you can't tell the difference between the duplicates and the real product now.
Not anymore. I mean, very, very difficult. It's not from the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of opportunity for all of us out here, but we have to learn how to collaborate together and work as a group, because this is a huge, it's a blue ocean.
Sam, we love collaborating, and I've got a feeling that we can collaborate a lot. So yeah, I think it would be great to take this offline.
Yeah, sure. And the thing we all have to think about is IoT. Everything that can be connected will be connected.
Yeah.
And that's where we're headed to right now.
Which is the cool, I mean, that's a huge opportunity and exciting one. So.
Oh no, we're on the front tier, the blue ocean, man. We're in the blue ocetion.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't even know it exists out there yet. And once you've got a lot of naysayers out there that are talking a big game. AI is a big buzzword right now. We've been working with AI for what, 10 years now? Yeah, it's old for us. And the generative AI just came in, and it's utilizable, but it's moving us to a faster pace. And our technology right now used to be on a 20-year gap. It's every 90 days right now, the generation gap.
Yeah.
That's how fast.
One thing is the blue ocean, and then the other thing is how do you achieve this mass scaling, like that happened with ChatGPT, because AI existed, but then ChatGPT made it so simple to use, and it was so practical that basically just had this mass adoption. And also they had a huge, backing financially, but still, yeah, I think it's also about like, how do you find that right market fit?
Well, you got to thank Darth Vader for that. Elon Musk, I called him Darth Vader. You got to think about it. He's given away more technology than most people could ever accomplish in multiple lifetimes.
Yeah, that's true.
So anyway, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get off track on you, but you guys are in a great situation. I like that applications that you've already built. And as far as customization of some of those apps and integrating the APIs in, it'll be very easy. And then we also would work as software as a service. So everybody's basically on the same plane. And it's not about robbing you like some of the companies out there are doing right now. It's about us all growing. The problem that I see in industry right now is everybody's trying to get rich quick instead of understanding that they got to create revenue streams and build a solid business. And the solid business is based on collaboration and support of each other. And as we build each other, we become the strongest resources out there. The way I look at it is we have a potluck and everybody brings their best dish to the picnic. And then we have a feast. And right now we're sitting at the table of a feast if we really put our heads together.
Yeah, thank you. I couldn't agree more, but yeah.
It was wonderful and so good to hear from you both. Maryna and Samuel, your experiences and your feedback is just, this conversation is golden. Thank you for the wisdom. And great pitch. Good luck with all your fundraising. Let's move into the next pitch. Everyone, we have 2 more companies to share.
Sure.
And we're doing well on time. We're going to hear next from Bliss and Bles Apparel. And we'll turn the time over to you. They are providing fashion and wellness services designed to lift you up and keep you in an elevated state of mind. And we're going to be hearing from Lindsey Camps. I'll turn the time over to you. Good luck. And please share your pitch deck.
Hold on, I have to figure this out. Let's see. I did this. Okay. Trying to share the screen. Let's see. Can you see? Let's try again. There we go.
See, but not your pitch deck.
Okay, 1 second.
Here we go.
All right. So, hi, I'm Lindsey. I'm a fashion designer, a wellness professional, and the creator of Bliss and Bles Holistic Apparel. Bliss being the state of mind, and bless me, your guide. The wellness market is booming, yet there is no mainstream brand with crystal apparel until now. Enter Bliss and Bles, where fashion meets wellness in perfect harmony by embedding healing crystals into clothing. We, as a brand, fill this void with a well-being wardrobe designed to elevate your life by merging style, comfort, and holistic health benefits. In today's fast-paced world, wellness is the ultimate luxury. Each garment is crafted with intention using sustainably sourced materials and the highest quality standards, with crystals mindfully integrated to enhance well-being. Globally, consumers spend about 50% on products that promote better health, and the number keeps growing each year. I became obsessed with bringing crystal healing into life through apparel. Growing up with a mother who struggled with bipolar disorder, I quickly began immersing myself in alternative therapies when I was 18 to help her. While I was in one of these spiritual communities, I envisioned crystal-infused jeans. This unique idea led me to spend years meticulously developing a brand to carve out and dominate a new market. In 2010, I moved to San Diego and became a holistic health practitioner and master esthetician. Through massage therapy and facials, I financed my passion project, bringing this dream to reality. So it's prime time to capitalize on the crystal boom. Once a niche market, demand is now soaring, being embraced by everyone, from the Equinox mom to the working professional. The landscape is currently dominated by small, hippie brands. It's fragmented. They lack the sophistication and scalability required to appeal to the broader base. We see significant opportunity here by introducing Bliss and Bles as a mass scale brand with plans to distribute across e-commerce, retail, events, and more. The demand for self-actualization has brought the wellness industry to the forefront with a projected 8.6 CAGR in crystal therapies. This is a clear recent boom for crystal healing. The wellness industry is over 15% CAGR. And we're ready to formally enter the market. So people who work with me seem to change drastically. Stephanie is one of my Radiance models and now is a healer in Tulum. Sasha Sacco is a holistic stylist of mine at one of my boutiques, and she now makes crystal cars and wants to collaborate. Fox recently cast us on David Spade's show, Snake Oil, and they want to feature us on 2 additional business shows. Our market entry strategy revolves around launching our Crystal Athletics due to its high profit margin, lowest return rate, and status as a staple in the wellness community. We will focus on a subscription box model where customers will receive a monthly box with a yoga crystal set and meditation accessories. We're ready and we need funding. The first phase is developing a loyal customer e-commerce brand utilizing social media marketing, emails, and texts. And this is what we will be using our funding for. With the strong momentum behind us, we're ready to fully dive into phase 1, where we refine our manufacturing processes while simultaneously focusing on our e-commerce launch. Here's a quick overview of our competition. There's no one that can quite do what we're doing. Here is our projected revenue from our subscription boxes. Athletic apparel has a churn rate of 10.54 in the US, which is lower than other apparel that we sell. Our team at Bliss and Bles is a blend of seasoned professionals with extensive experience in fashion, wellness, and business development. Our vision is to transform the fashion industry by seamlessly incorporating holistic wellness into mainstream fashion. With strong foundations and positive market feedback, we are poised for rapid growth. Our strategic plans, including an innovative personal styling app, will drive our market leadership. So join us in setting a new standard in fashion, one that values well-being as much as style. Your investment will help us bring the benefits of crystal healing to a wider audience. Thank you for your time. I look forward to partnering with you and talking to you more as we make this a household well-fashioned brand.
Thank you, Lindsey. And we'll turn the time over to Maryna for questions.
Yeah, thank you so much, Lindsey. I really agree with you that wellness is really growing. It's actually booming, exploding, especially now in the whole post-COVID era. And I was just wondering, I think it would be nice if you started your pitch with the actual products, so we can see what are these products? Is it a line? Like, how does this look like with the crystals? And then I'm also wondering, how big is this market? Because maybe you could just start small, with some samples to see, if people are actually buying, instead of focusing on fundraising, you could focus on sales in the sense that you have some samples. And because I'm just wondering, how big is this market? And so in connection with that, maybe it would be nice to think about like expanding to, I see this yoga wear and maybe some other products. Yeah, maybe you can tell us more about that. And
yeah, so I've been doing this for 13 years. So, we're starting with the subscription box, and there are pictures on the second slide of them. This is the t-shirts. I have a lot of products. This is the t-shirts that we were doing with the television show. I have a boutique here in San Diego, and we do okay in sales. It's a wellness boutique. And that we do facials and stuff like that. So there's a lot of products. It depends on the fabric with the yoga wear, and what like that we're doing chakra athletic wear, and then we're doing crystal yoga wear, and they'll all be subscription-based boxes. And it's pretty straightforward. I mean, yoga, we put crystals into the fabric, and I work with shamans. Like, I'm one shaman away from working with, I don't know if you know who Lizzo is, but that we do like ancient washes. So it's really like a subculture, but it's very mainstream. There's a lot of, even like Nicole Richie just created a song about crystals. So there's a lot of momentum in my industry with wellness and with fashion, because I've been doing fashion for like 15 years. And it's just the products change easily with the styles. So what's popular. So when we're funded, it's easier to focus on bringing all those products out. There's a lot of fine tuning. You don't want a product to be flaking off or the crystals to fall off, but they usually go in through the like the logos, and then some of them, there's different formats that we do them. Some is like a spray, so they're embedded, and that's something we're just going to fine tune depending on the fabrics that we select.
Yeah, maybe yoga could be your niche, and maybe talking about crystals, maybe I would focus more on yoga or something that's a bit more commercialized. I feel like when you say crystals, it just sounds a little bit like, I feel like it's a niche audience. Maybe it's too niche for you to scale, and maybe like
it's a wellness niche.
wellness.
We're just proving with the pitch that crystals are the market that people will buy, and the wellness industry is over like a $3.2 trillion industry. Right. And then even with yoga, it's a huge market. So there's like, this product is the entry of the market product, and we're just focusing on selling them through subscriptions, through e-commerce and social media.
Yeah, it would be nice maybe if you focus on yoga and then you target everybody and you have a few products for everybody who is doing yoga, and then you have the yoga retreats, and maybe this could be your go-to market. I don't know, just giving you some ideas. But thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now we'll turn to Samuel.
Yeah, Lindsey, quick question for you. What has been your blind testing on this product to do verification that it's effective?
With people buying it that I have.
No, your blind testing. Your blind testing. What have you done in your blind test? Your blind testing.
Right. Define what you mean by blind testing.
As far as taking it to the consumers and testing it on the consumer and getting feedback and statistics on their testing.
Yeah. So we were on a television show, it was a national show, and just by us being on there 20 seconds, they're like, crystal infused clothes. We didn't do as well as we wanted to do because there was a little issue with our website that day, but we got like $1,800 in sales, and then they keep buying the products. So, and it's kind of like a culty product. Like if I get a crystal shirt this month, then I can set an intention, and next month I get another one. I also have a boutique here in La Jolla, San Diego, that we sell products every day, and the girls come in religiously for them every month to get different products. And the athletic line is the one I'm bringing to like a mass market because it's the one that is easiest to go. Everyone wears yoga wear in the wellness community, and no one's putting crystals in their apparel. So it's simple, and it's just a little smaller upgrade for people that are interested in wellness.
Lindsey, as far as me being a layman in this area, help me to understand what the benefits are of this product for your health.
Yeah, so each crystal essentially brings, like, it's a resonant, it's kind of just, it ties into a lot what's going on with like AI and like our technology, but from more of like a fashion wellness point of view, as far as like each crystal does something different for you, and it ties into like, so for example, if you wanted, you just kind of, different crystals have different frequencies. So that's kind of what you're attuning to when you're wearing the garment. So if you're feeling depressed, you'll pick any of them. They're not overly specific. One might help you manifest your dreams. One might make you more confident. If nothing else, they really look pretty, and most women just like wearing them. And they, even in each of my garments, it'll say like a little bit about the crystal, and then, setting intention. So it's really works on people's like mental well-being. Not just the the science of a crystal. It's a little bit deeper than that for psychology.
Explain the production and the durability testing you've done on this product.
Yeah, so this product, it's we're like beta, like I have plenty of products at home, but they are, just depends. So I want us to create a new collection, and now I would go to we have to go to Vietnam. I have a team over there. So I'll work with them for like a week to get the products correct. And then a lot of it is just screen printing, and there's different processes of just kind of fine tuning it. You have to test them more. So that's what the funding will go for. It will go for setting up manufacturing with Vietnam. And then we have a fulfillment center we're going to set up in Texas. And then we are just focusing on e-commerce, meaning we have a very good partner with my e-commerce. We got great returns from the show, like more than most people were getting just from straight e-commerce. So we did a lot of testing of the market before we decided to propose it, to make sure we were ready to go. It's just me, so I don't really always want to, I have plenty of products around on hand, but I haven't been over to Vietnam to meet with my team over there yet. No.
And you described it as an infused fabric. It's not an infused fiber.
I did see that you do infused fibers. That was very fascinating to me. That is the goal, but I'm not leading the technology. I'm leading the culture, the brand, and also like the way I do it. They go through washes, so they're temporarily embedded, and then we do a lot of screen printing, and like more of like a superficial. If I could get, and then like that would cost like $200,000 like to do research on, and I'd rather just get the brand going and then invest in something like that when there's a need for it more.
Thank you.
That would be great.
Good luck to you.
Thanks.
You're muted.
I'm muted.
There you go.
There we go. Thank you, Samuel. I said, good job, Lindsey. Thank you for sharing and good luck with your fundraising. And we have one more company left. Lastly, we'll hear from a watch advisor, actually, a Swiss privately owned media house and influencer for luxury watches in the premium segment. I'll turn the time over to you. Go ahead and share your pitch deck.
Thank you very much. And yeah, last but not least, let me share my screen. You should see now my presentation. Is it right?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Now in full screen also, hopefully it will work. Not then not. So not bad. Okay, can you see it?
Yeah, we're all
Okay,
set.
great. So, watch advisor. I am Maryna Steger. I'm CEO and co-owner of the company, and like James, I like short and straight to the point presentations. Watch advisors. We are going to build the next generation ecosystem for luxury watches and jewelry enthusiasts, and who we are, what we are doing. We are based in Switzerland, near Zurich, and we are privately owned media house and a well-known and established influencer for luxury watches. We produce in the first line online content, online products and video content, sorry. And this content is produced by Alexander Linz, which is very well-known watch journalist and is unbiased. He is internationally renowned, and one of our most important channels is YouTube. We have about 77,000 subscribers and up to 350,000 monthly viewers. And we have unmatched reputation in the luxury industry because it's crucial there. And the industry we are working in, it's booming. You know, the watches industry and luxury, they are doing great, and they have a good constant growing rate. And what is interesting that 80% of all luxury purchases are influenced by consumers' online experience. And also from my experience, working experience, and from my colleagues, we see that videos and video content is the most engaging format of the content and very promising. So we are existing in the form like now since 2018. And we are an established business. We are well recognized. We are very popular in North America. We are very popular in Europe, in Asia. And we have two pillars of our business model. It's B2B sponsoring. So the brands, they book watch advisor to make independent video reviews, and we have B2C ads, so we are monetizing our YouTube content. And watch advisor is constantly growing because we are acting internationally, we are in the booming industry, and we are working with promising video formats. And so you can see that since 5 years, we have been viewed more than 17.5 million times, and we have a great performance on our channels, about 95% of positive engagement. Sometimes it's incredible to believe, but it's true.
So our references, we are working literally with all luxury brands, Patek Philippe, Audemars Piguet, all Richemont brands, all LVMH brands, very well-known independent brands. And also from B2C side, we have excellent feedbacks on all our videos, because we are producing content which is very authentic, independent, and is very detailed and very professional because of the know-how of our journalists. And what is very interesting for you to understand how different Watch Advisor is to other competitors is that we are independent. So I'm also observing, and you for sure, if you have certain interest in watches, you have heard for sure that Hodinkee, for example, have now problems and so on. And this is the part because many platforms, media houses, they start to do e-commerce with CPOs, certified pre-owned, and then they have problems. So we stay independent because it's very important for us to deliver this independent view on watches, which is very, very hard to find. And we are also taken seriously by real watch enthusiasts and collectors, because they know that we are providing the content which is very valuable and hard to get. We have also 100% organic growth on all our channels. We have a great trademark, Watch Advisor, and a great domain, watchadvisor.com, which is protected in 48 countries. And we have really exclusive access and very good customer relationship to the top 200 luxury watch brands. And we are also filming in 6K. This is the maximum possible resolution of the videos. And this is interesting. We are converting it in 4K for YouTube because YouTube doesn't support 6K at the moment. But maybe in the future, we will be a supplier for watch cinema. And so what are our plans? Why we are here? What we would like to do with our business? Because we are established, but we have also our ideas. We would like also to scale our businesses. And the first step, which we would like to do, we would like to monetize our community. The community is very engaged, is very attractive for monetization, and this is the first step we are going to do now. We are going to build a new website. We're going to build engaging formats. We would like also to move into the jewelry content and also content about ladies' watches, because according to many studies now, ladies and women are increasingly buying watches. And we have two exceptional references. It's high jewelry watches from Bulgari and also high jewelry watches from Van Cleef & Arpels. And very ambitious, but we would like to expand our technological knowledge and know-how and do some technology pilots based on AI and blockchain. I know these are buzzwords, but we are very keen to develop some pilots which are really down to earth. For example, like how I can transform a long video into short video in the right format and with which sequences from this long video based on our competence. So, and in the end, we see that everything the brands and customers at the moment, our customers want, this is client data. They want to have analysis of the community behavior, of the customer needs. They want to have a platform to connect to the potential, to connect potential clients. And we would like to be a hub, a part of the experience economy, bringing watch collectors, jewelry enthusiasts with brands. And about our teams, we are very proud about it. Operational team, it's me. I'm CEO. I have 3 master's degrees, executive MBA from Durham University Business School in England. I have more than 10 years in digital and e-commerce leadership positions, and I was awarded as European Woman of Legal Tech 2020. We have splendid Alexander Leeds on board. He is since more than 30 years in the watch industry, very well renowned, like literally every watch collector knows him, or should know at least. Jorge Oswald, he is very talented videographer. He does his own cinema and launched his own film this year in Swiss cinema. We have really great board of directors. We have Valery Stepanov here. He's also participating in this call. He's global account manager at PTC and serial entrepreneur and investor. Olaf Eichstädt, he's the splendid CTO, and he was previously with IWC Schaffhausen. And we are very proud about our advisory board, like Adrian Hofer, Global Head Digital at Deco Group, Christian Huldi, who has a very successful company about data, and David Riebman, Sales, and David Robles, Google. So, and probably the most important slide in this presentation, we have developed 3 scenarios. Of course, the scenario where we just going to monetize our community, and we expect multiple 3 after the monetizing the community on valuation of the company. We have a realistic scenario when we are going to cover also jewelry and jewelry topics, and introduce also e-commerce part with jewelry and all about watches, but also events, because it's a very, very important part now in experience economy. And we have optimistic scenario, and we would love to, as I said, build AI and blockchain pilots in order to test the luxury industry, see are they ready or not. And for private investors, we have 20 tickets open in total. And at the moment, we have 17 tickets left. And we are looking also for institutional clients, institutional investors, I'm sorry, which is 10 times more. And these are 2 tickets. Yes. So far, quickly, I hope. And understandable, but if you have questions, I would be happy to answer.
Thank you, Maryna. And it's Maryna, right?
Maryna.
Maryna.
Yeah.
Thank you, Maryna. Great job. And I'll save the time for our board members. Let's turn over to Maryna first.
Yes. Yeah, thank you, Maryna. I have to say that I struggled a bit with understanding your product, and it's the same thing I would say to all of the startups. Start with the product. Let's see.
Yeah.
If I understood correctly, you're doing viral videos about watches. So I would just start immediately with these videos so we can get into it. And usually, the deck structure is like problem, solution, and then a lot about the product so we can easily understand what it is. And then a bit about the competitors. This is what I would like to ask you, maybe if you can show us these videos or a video that you have, and then tell us how different you are from these competitors and why are you raising funding, you know? So what's actually, which problem are you solving? How big is this problem? How different are you from the competitors? And then maybe also comment to all of the startups. I haven't seen financials. Like, I think it's always good to include in the deck, like maybe 3 to 5 year financial forecast. Like if we give you money, how much money can you make in 5 years? So yeah, maybe like if you have this product that we can see the viral videos, and then again, like how different are you from the competitors and why are you raising?
Thank you for your question. This is a good point, maybe to start and focus more on the product. So we are literally a very good influencer. And if you go to the YouTube channel and type in Watch Advisor, we literally have very many videos with a very, very good performance. I would not like here to bother all other people in the call here. We produce these videos which are very well appreciated by the luxury industry because they appreciate the opinion of our watch journalists and by the watch collectors because it's independent, because our watch journalists say the opinion how it is, whether bad or not bad. We have also different platforms, of course, Instagram, of course, TikTok, of course, LinkedIn, and so on, like supporting all our actions. And why we would like to raise capital, it's to monetize our community, because our community is in the first step on YouTube and social media channels. And we would like to bring them together to a platform and to engage them together, to have like a club of watch advisor, which is engaged, which is there, which is active, and of course, earn money on it. And the second step, we would like to introduce also jewelry content, because we see a huge demand now regarding the jewelry. For example, if you see the breakdown of turnover of the Richemont group, 70% last year was done by, or was generated by jewelry, not watches. And we see huge demand. And the third pillar, very ambitious, we would like to transfer our needs and our know-how in producing content into these technological solutions. You know, how fastly I can do, for example, from a long video, a short one, which will perform good. And we have enough materials and know-how after so many years to do so.
Yeah, I think it would be nice if you would, show us some videos and maybe get somebody who has a technical knowledge to kind of test it a bit with, maybe there could be like a solution where you watch the video and you can actually purchase, maybe you use like the VR headset and you can maybe purchase the products that you see in the video, something like that. Yeah, maybe you can onboard or maybe you have on the team a software developer or somebody who could maybe test out some of the technology. But yeah, I mean, I'm missing out on the product because you haven't shown it to us, and maybe just, I would like to know more about, or who is the competition? Like, how different are you? How big is this market? And then I'll hand it over to Samuel.
Yeah.
I just wondered, as Maryna said, what your product really is, because I hear you talking video and you're talking watches, and I don't see it summarized at the beginning, like she said. So what we're actually looking at, and then you just added jewelry to it in the middle of all this. And so what is the summarization of what you're doing total? And I'm not hearing that from you. The other thing is on you're saying that you have a lot of viewers. What is the demographics of your viewers? You know, it's to have a lot of viewers, but if your demographics are not there, it's not going to do you any good. Because we all work from 80-20 rule. 20% of your customers do 80% of your business. The rest just costs you money.
Yeah. 20% is North America, almost 40% is Western Europe, and the rest is Asia.
Okay, but what is
Really.
the demographics as far as income, as far as male, female? Do you have all that information?
It's about the 95% male. It's
Okay.
very focused on the men's watches.
Okay.
And about income, if you see, it's about average income.
Okay. And do you have statistics on that you can show us all that those numbers?
Right now, I can maybe.
You don't
yes,
have to do it now, but I'm just
yeah,
asking.
yes, of
It
course.
would
We
have been
have,
nice to see what your statistics were and your breakdown of who your customer is,
Yeah.
but also what you're also selling to that customer, and your revenue streams. I'm hearing that you're saying your revenue streams are coming from YouTube right now.
so I mentioned it. We have two pillars. It's B2B and B2C. B2B, we are selling these watch reviews to the luxury brands. So they appreciate our watch journalists and what we are doing, and they booking our reviews, like on an annual plan, for example. And we have like it's rare small part monetizing of our YouTube channel, but like maybe 90% of our business is generated with luxury watch brands.
With the 50 brands, luxury brands that you were speaking of, what is your partnership or relationship with those brands? Are you getting revenue from each one of those, or are you creating revenue through selling them video, or what are you producing their videos, or what is that where the revenue?
We are very, very lucky in this regard, because Alexander Linz, he's very well known in the watch industry, and he has he opened us this luxury sector. So every CEO, every PR manager, they know Alexander Linz, who is like face of our videos, and due to this fact, we have literally this exclusive access to every brand. And if we would like to say, okay, we would like to do a review with Patek Philippe, then we have someone or some people who could help us, and we get watches and we get information and so on and so on.
Okay, and that's the next question I was going to ask you. With like Maryna said, that are you doing any interaction into the videos of geosphearing or any type of technology that you can actually purchase the products that's like within the video by clicking the links and things like that? Are you doing that in the videos also?
We don't do affiliated marketing at the moment, but it's due to different factors. One of them is also status of the luxury watch industry, but this is like
who would be your competitor?
Our biggest competitor probably Hodinkee and World Campus. It's major media houses.
How do you differentiate yourself from those companies?
We are very strong in video format. The problem of this, our competitors, they are quite old-fashioned. You know, they have websites with blogs and so on, but they are not contemporary. They miss this video knowledge, how to do engaging videos, what is a good video, how I can promote it, what I am doing on TikTok. I'm not saying here that they are doing something on TikTok. TikTok is something crazy for them. And we are much more dynamic. We are much more young, I would say, in this regard. And this is why also many companies appreciate us, because they say, wow, this is great what you're doing. Because this intrusive direct marketing, the people don't like to see it, especially in luxury field. And for example, how I can acquire young people, then we say, okay, then we have a TikTok channel for you. And they don't have any clue how to work with TikTok very often.
Based on what you're saying, I have a quick question for you. You talk about moving forward and how the others don't compete with you. What is stable diffusion technology going to do to your business?
Sorry, I didn't understand you.
What is stable diffusion technology going to affect your business? How's it going to affect your business?
This is a good question. I think, and we believe in our team, that generative AI will affect our business most in the next time. This is why we are also so interested in doing first pilots in this direction, because for first mover, we have also ideas, we have a good advisory board, we have people who understand the business, and we have a lot of material on which you can experiment. Like we have only on YouTube almost 700 videos and raw materials. We have a huge database. So we are really believing in the fact that generative AI will shape the watch industry. Also, you know how the customer is engaged, for example, or B2C customer on the website, because you can create customized content. You can suggest him watches in which he is interested, and then like increase conversion rates. This is a very, very interesting topic for us.
So your interactive digital media is your next growth area where you can develop your videos from? The interactive aspect of it?
Sorry?
Your interactive digital media is where you're developing next?
Yeah. So so for example, one of our ideas is also to try to create AI generated content based, of course, of our previously generated content.
So are y'all working with Stable Diffusion at all right now?
At the moment, not. It's really a plan. We see the opportunities, we see the market gaps, but as I said, we need financing round for this.
I think now, Maryna, you're a media house. So I think if you want to raise funding, like I think you're trying to transition into a technological company, but you're missing the technological part apart from the videos. So I think I think maybe it would be nice to get more programmers or like some computer science engineers on the team, and then test some of the ideas with the videos, you know, how to, because I mean, first, I think you're missing this technical component a little bit apart from the videos before you can like raise funding, in the sense that, you know, you're raising funding for technology, because investors always want to see some proof of concept as well. And I would say you're a little bit premature maybe here with, or, you know, or maybe we haven't seen enough because we haven't seen the videos, but I think you're missing a little bit the technological part.
Thank you very much for this point, because Watch Advisor has a technological background, because the first business model was based on a very complicated technological solution for retailers 10 years ago. So it was like a platform to help retailers of luxury watches to digitize. Then we parked it a bit, but we have, like, because this is also the fact why we have CTOs and so on our board. We have technological understanding, we have technological background, and we would like to revive it with our competence also in influencing. But this is a good point with proof of concept. Thank you.
Thank you. That's all I had questions on. I just was kind of wanting to find out a little bit more as to where you're headed to, but thank you. Good luck to you on everything.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all. That was wonderful. And we just completed, we have everyone has presented. And so I just want to thank everyone for joining us. Thank you to the companies for presenting today. I wish you all the best. Great job from our advisory board. And just thank you for your time and your advice and your wisdom. We want to let everyone know, of course, the Startup Club will, you can follow them directly on LinkedIn. We're going to publish this event on YouTube within the next few days, if you'd like to rewatch. And then as a reminder, our next event is coming up on September 10th. That one will be hosted by Mathilde. I'll be traveling in New York, but I'll be back in October. And let us know if there's anything else we can do. Thank you again, everyone, for joining.
Can I maybe add something before we end? Like, I would like to end with like my generic advice to all the startups, because I made some points. It's very briefly. I'm so sorry, in a few points. Yeah, so just to wrap up and just say to all of the startups, thank you so much. And what I would say, just being an entrepreneur myself, you know, and in tech startups, mentoring startups, I would say I think the most important thing we've seen today is that you really need to find your unique angle, which will separate you from everyone else. You know, it's like the blue ocean we mentioned with Samuel. And then and then I would say focus more on sales and not so much on fundraising, because sales cure everything. And this is linked with the first advice. The more unique you are, the more you're going to sell. And then the easier it will be as well to fundraise. And then I would say also say, stay focused. So simplify. If you can, like, not too niche, but, you know, stay focused. And like try to be the painkiller, not a vitamin. So something that's solving a pressing market need. Is there like, you know, are you a painkiller or just a vitamin? Because that's going to influence your sales. And then, as I would say, once you're in the blue ocean, you know, how do you scale massively? So it needs to be a commercialized product as well. And then finally, I would mention the marketing strategy. You know, you should be a good communicator, and it should be about the story, you know. So what is your story? But what is the story that's easily commercialized? And in the end, I would also say another point I wrote down, the team. So it's always important that on your team, you have everyone with diversified skills. So you have, you know, everybody who's covering, you know, sales, finance, marketing, you know, software engineering. So it's important to have a diversified team with different skills. Well, thank you, everyone. I hope this was helpful.
Thank you, Maryna. Samuel, any final
Yeah,
words?
I'll just close it out by saying that, you know, as entrepreneurs, we cannot chase the ball. We have to go to where the ball is going to be at. So we have to always look at where the ball is going to and get there first. And that's what we were basically talking about with the blue ocean. The blue ocean is where the ball is going to. And you got to look in that blue ocean and figure out where it's headed to. Because if you're chasing the ball, you're just chasing with everyone else. And right now, this whole world is chasing the ball because they're trying to fix something. And we've evolved into a whole nother dimension. So be prepared to move into the blue ocean, because that's the opportunities. That's the only place there's going to be opportunities going forward. This is the fastest evolution that I've seen since I've been on this earth. The generation gap right now is every 90 days. It's fast, and you've got to be agile. And a lot of these companies are not agile enough to make this transition. So it opens up a lot of opportunities for those people that are. And as we move from a quantity of life to a quality of life, and that's going to be the focus of everyone moving forward, you're going to hear a lot about utilitarian. How utilitarian is the product going forward? And what is the life cycle of that product? Because that's going to be a mandatory part of the government's restrictions for carbon credits and things like that. So we're going to be looking at a whole lot of changes happening very fast. So we have to look at all those in the picture and see where we're headed to and get there first. And as a team, we all can do that. And there's nothing but opportunity out there for all of us right now. Nothing but opportunity. Thank you.
Very wise parting words. Thank you both. Thank you, everyone, for joining. We really appreciate it. Good luck to all the companies. Good luck in your fundraising. And we hope this was helpful. Thank you, everyone, for joining. And have a beautiful week. Let us know if we can help.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you very much,
everyone.
Thank you.
Very
Bye-bye.
welcome.
Bye.
Bye.